Hello everybody, welcome back to our Moneyball series with Barnsley. Right, so things are going pretty well off camera until the very last game where we lost to Leicester, which was a shame. If we'd have won that, we'd be on 61, we'd be right in that sort of hunt for fourth. But I think that defeat probably takes the Champions League out of the way. But we're obviously still in for all the rest of the European slots. So let's see how we go, I suppose, in today's episode. Today's episode, we will do the last 3 games of the season. Let's go back to that. Those last 3 games, and then we'll also do, I think, a player attribute reveal at the end of this episode as well. I think the next episode we'll do all the transfers in like one episode, like we did, I think, a couple of years ago. So that's how we'll do it, and that's the schedule for today. And for tomorrow, if you're watching this in real time, or maybe now and 20 minutes from now, if you're watching this after the fact. So there we go. So we're going to play against Chelsea. Team's pretty much going to pick itself. I mean, the front 3 are definitely where our problems are. So that's good to know, that we know where we're going to be looking to improve. Bank balance is a disgrace. Let's not even look at that. Yeah, let's just get a bit of that in there as well. So let's see, we're under our wage budget. See, board, we've done all right there. That's going to be the team. Let's get into today's game then and see how we get on. The only player that's really out is Busaga, and that means then Bertam Weisdorf's going to come in with a pretty high win ratio. So let's see how he gets on. Assistant manager says, media comments, okay. And we are underway. So we're in the red, Chelsea in the blue, obviously. And we'll see how today goes. Yeah, I hope we get Europa League. I don't think we're going to get Champions League. I think it's just too far. Like, if you look at the table, I'll look at the table again in a second, actually. When this goes out of... Yeah, let's get... Oh, okay. Let's not... Actually, let's do it now. Let's make that into 2. Okay, can you appear properly? There we go. So, I mean, if you look at that, if we win this to go up to 61, we need Wolves to drop points a couple of times. And Arsenal... It's still possible. We'd have to win this game, but I suppose it's still possible. It depends entirely on how they both get on, those two teams above us and Chelsea in this match day, which obviously we're playing before both of them. Eli's got to score that, and he doesn't. I can honestly see how this tactic's going to go if we can just get a couple of better players in. I think before, it was a bit like, it was a struggle to see how good players we needed to bring in to make the tactics start to work, because we were just awful. But I'm really starting to see, like, if Eli was the right centre mid, and we had like a proper world-class player on the left centre mid, that could win us the league, with even just Feeney behind them. And if we could just get a better front 3, generally, that would be nice. But I think Dos Santos could be okay in the front 3 if we had a top player on the right and a top player up front. But Dos Santos can't be in the same team as somebody up front who's not firing as well. Same with Gabriel. Gabriel could be okay if he wasn't with a left winger that never scores or does well. So it's one of those situations, really, at the moment for us. So let's go fire up again. Beneda's going to come off Patat on the right-hand side, I guess, as a first highlight here in the second half. Weisdorf. He gives it away. That's why he's come off Ndai. Ndai's really ineffective. Might get rid of him. Eli's got to finish one of these. Come on, Eli. I've Chelsea straight after the sub and the chance we just saw. They're playing a really good formation with the team they've got. Got Mbappe on the left and Musali on the right, I think, at the moment. Sanko. I like the way we've managed to get Sanko. Getting these 3 in the team somehow has been good without having to go to a back 3. Is really nice. Dos Santos. Ndai is quite a solid player, but he just does nothing. He must be quite bad technically. I'm looking forward to the payout reveal. The difference with this series to the series we did on Twitch, unless they used to, we finished them now. You want to see the player attributes, we can actually know how good he really is. So I can make my decision based on what we see a little bit in the attributes. And well, it's going to be nice to like put his production stats-wise next to some attributes and see how he looks. Ultimately, if he's got the stats, that's all that matters, but I don't think he's not going to have the stats. When we look at other teams that play 4-3-3, so that's what I'm going to look to do as well. I think this time around for the transfer window, we're only going to take teams in the top 4 that play 4-3-3, if there are any, and if there's more than one, then we'll take 2 and average them out, but we'll try and take it off of just one system, the same system as ours, and see if that helps us with our production. Something like that, yeah. Go on 44 to try and win it. Is this going to be a reward? Is it going to be a reward? Die, Batata. Gabriel, I think he's offside. He's just off. Bad, Chelsea. Absolutely bad. And they've got so much a better side than us. That's unfortunate. The draw probably means the top 4. I'm saying top 4's gone now. It's definitely gone with the draw. So it's just for us playing for Europa League now at this point. So we'll see in a few days for the West Ham game. And we'll see how the other side's got on as well in their match day. And welcome back. So with 2 games to go, we need to guarantee Europa League. Do you know what? We won't end up in Europe at all. Because it's only up down to 7th, isn't it? And Chelsea have already got it because they won the cup. So we need to get 6th. We might not be in Europe. Again, we need to win our last 2 games. Luckily, West Ham is who we play next. And then it's Liverpool. But this has to be a win. Who do they play in that other game? Newcastle. They could drop points there. So we could probably gain, what, if we beat them, that's 3. We could gain 5 points on West Ham, which incidentally is exactly what we need to overthrow them. But a goal difference will stop that from happening. So it has to be 6. So we need them to lose. Basically, we need to beat West Ham and hope that they lose to Newcastle and we beat Liverpool. So it's going to take a long set of events to happen. That's a bit demoralising, that is. So we'll see how it goes. As Liverpool are going for the title, apparently. Tiger and Balatovic are both back in the starting 11 for this game. If we score the first goal, I think we'll have a chance here because they're playing 5 at the back. There's also a chance this is a draw, this game. But like, absolutely nothing happens. One of those games. This tactic loves one of those. If Newcastle beat United away, maybe they can beat West Ham home. You never know. We need to do our job first, though. We need to win this game. No ifs or buts, lads. We've got to win it. The front 3, yet again, underperforming. They're going to cost us, this front 3. We'll say, I've not used the revenge talk for ages on any team. Let's just use it now. Why not? Front 3, Fadida probably got to come off. Batata's getting slightly back more match fitness. He should be more effective. This game was last game. And Dyer's going to come us putting on Jose at right back as we go long here. And they hit it back to their keeper, whacks it, get to it. Oh, lads, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Sanko tries like a De Canio clearance and doesn't get it. You know what's going to happen here? Yeah. Yeah. When you see Nick Shavik in action like that and it fails, you know you're in trouble when it's on key highlights. Vinny gets it, plays it to Sanko. They're going to link up these two. I feel like I've got... Yeah, centre-back was that, wasn't it? That's what it was. Centre-back was missing, so Feeney's gone to centre-back and I was playing Beisdorf CDM, who's now come off for the striker to try and get a goal back into this game. Patata gets it, plays it, or just like get rid of that. Gabriel, Eli, good little bit of football there. Didn't quite get through, force it long. Got to win the first and second ball. No, get their highlight. They're through. Could have been game over. Okay, highlight here. We go short. There we go. Oh, could have gone to the right, but what is he doing there? The right back was completely free for that, to be able to play it up in the back, but no. So we balls it up. They're going to go through against us. Keepers, come on. Split, get higher. Yes, the bend on that was incredible, by the way, from the goalkeeper. Dos Santos, Danilo Gabriel. Plays it back to the Vasquez. Penalty, this could be a pen. Could be a pen. Got a chance, come on. It's a penalty. Who's going to take it? Hopefully it's not a striker. Either of them. Batata, come on, as a serve on the right-hand side. Good penalty, 1-1. Come on. Like West Ham, maybe they go, the free kick goes wide. Probably isn't going to be a goal. There's a goal, 3-1. 2-1. That's game over because we have to win the game, don't forget. Draw's not good enough. This is going to confirm that. I said this earlier on the season that we needed to get top 4 or a trophy for this to be like, for us to be on course. I feel like we're a 4 seasons behind where we should be. I feel like by now, we should probably have won a trophy. At the very least be like a Champions League team this season. And next season, I would then expect us to be able to win a trophy and like get a top 4 again, but challenge a title. So I'm expecting top 4 next year, 100%, because this tactic should do better. I mean, the transfer market's going to be tough. With us being 70 million in the red and only having 30% of the money to spend for players we sell, that's going to be a hammering on proceedings, really. And having no European football to add to the, transfer budget makes it difficult. Right, do you know what I might... Oh, let's have a look. So look at the league table quick. I might just skip past the last game because it's not going to matter, I don't think. I think mathematically we're out. Yeah, we are, because I think Chelsea won the cup, right? Yeah, so they're in the Conference League anyway. So they take 7th place. So it's all over for this season. So I'm going to skip past the last game, the point of you sitting through that. So at the end of season review, player attribute reveal, and then we'll see how we go from there. So I'll see you in a second for that. Just like quickly show you that we play Liverpool at home today, and that Liverpool, United and City all go on to the last day of the season on the same points. Can you imagine this on Sky Sports on the last day of the season? So you know how Liverpool beat us in 2 cup two. So you know how Liverpool beat us in 2 cup finals last year. Wow, wouldn't it be a shame if we cost them a league title? Wouldn't that be a shame? So I'll let you know how it goes. Oh, big 1-1 draw. Unlucky lads. Oh, it was good. It was beautiful. They scored. They thought they'd won it. They were all celebrating when they were the players and the staff, all the fans. You can imagine all of them going off on one. United dropped points. City were probably dropping points for a while. No, they were winning actually for a while. And then the big soccer punch came from Balatovic, who finally scored. He actually missed 2 absolutely clear one-on-ones and shows why we need a striker. But he did finish one that was whipped across the face of goal and he tapped it in. So if we just get a half-decent striker, they can score those little tap-ins that he gets, but actually score the one-on-ones. He had one where he went completely through 1v1 and just bent it around the keeper in the goal. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, it was a good performance. Like we since we've gone to this tactic, we've not lost at home, I don't think, once. And if we might have lost one. I don't think we have, though. And we haven't lost any of the big sides at home, which is pretty good at home. So, apart from maybe Chelsea, like we forgot about a second ago. Yeah, no, that was a draw. No, sorry, that was a draw. No, I was right. No, that was a draw. So, no, yeah, it was small victory. It was a nice little victory, nice little add one of those to them after what they did to us last year. So, yeah, that's how it finished. In a season review. Now, I'm hoping, right, in the next 4 years, that it goes from us celebrating like a small victory of costing Liverpool the title, that instead of us just costing the title for somebody else win, that, we cost them the title by us winning it. That's the hope. I think we're getting there. I honestly think, right, we're on that sort of we've got past that sort of build-up part to where we're trying to build up to being a bigger and better team, and we're just ready to take off the next 3 years. And this year has to be a minimum top 4, really the same as last year, really. It should, but I think top 4 is more important than actually winning a trophy at this point now, because we should have won a trophy last year and the year before, really. Well, let's say last year in the year that's just gone, and then obviously the year before that, and just being a cup-winning Europa League team isn't good enough. We need to be a Champions League team because we're past that point now. We really should be. Most of the squad is good enough to be. It's just the attacking part. So the new rivals. I think the goalkeeper was a pretty good sign. A lot of money, but that's settled now. We're not going to look at the goalkeeper for at least another 2 years. And I mean, even he played pretty poorly is what I'm talking about. I mean, in reality, it's going to take a lot for me to even consider selling him now. He's young, spent a lot of money on him. He'll probably be there till the end. I thought Sanko was the best signing. He was really effective. I think he's going to be amazing next season, so we'll see how he goes. And we'll see how good he is in a second, because we get to do attribute reveals. I always forget that on this day. We can do attribute reveals. They like the fact that he's got a high release clause. I mean, I'd sell him, but we'll see. We'll see how good he's actually supposed to be. Arguello, not sure. Could be okay. Busaiga, I thought was half decent. He's pretty good backup centre mid for us, but we'll see with him as well. Balatovic, I mean, how bad's your finishing going to be? Must be awful. Badida was pretty ineffective. I mean, I would sell him. If is he that good of a striker? We'll have a look. I mean, we'll have a look at in a second at his stats, but he might have been better off as playing as a striker. And we could sell some others. Really? Batata was ineffective. Jose was ineffective. He didn't play much. Probably left for the future. Probably a good right back actually going forwards. That's what I'd happily play him as a starter next year and sell and die for 100 million, definitely. But I mean, backup centre mid and a pivot player as well. Left back there. Gabriel was really a disgrace to forwards everywhere across the world. I bet he has got attributes when we look at him, but he was awful. And Dos Santos, I mean, what is this? What is this? I can't wait to see his attributes. I reckon I've got that really badly wrong. So we'll see. Vasquez looked pretty good. I think he'll be good next year. Yeah, he's going to be solid. Good player. And Castelli didn't really play. And probably get sold next season. This season results, disappointment. Move on. Moments to remember. There were no moments to remember. There were no moments. Let's not even kid ourselves. Finance has done everything. That's rare. I don't think I've ever had that before with a team where we've gone backwards financially like that. That's pretty poor from our perspective. How I lined up was like that, but we've changed formation now, obviously. Accolades. Fans player of the season is Ami. The player of the season is Ami. So the season with goalkeeper. Ponte we had, who's a pretty good player. Just the money enabled us to change around the squad a little bit, so that was worth it. Zoran was top goal scorer. Balatovic. Moses Eli. Yeah. And that is it. Just say mid-table. I mean, really, I'm not saying mid-table. I wouldn't have said that in real life at this moment, but we'll see how they go with that. That's interesting. Our goalkeeper got nearly got the second. Well, he did get the second award for Golden Glove. Nearly won it, actually. He'll Club of the Year. English Players in Club of the Year. Well, that's interesting. Okay, that's really good. Was he the United first choice before? It might have been, I think we got a pretty good goalkeeper in that. We spent a lot of money on him. They'll think that they've got a good deal as well, because they signed him for 5.5. We signed him for that. But we've got a starting goalkeeper for the next decade, potentially. But even if he does bad the next 2 years, right? So Rossi is probably leaving on a free, isn't he, this year? Yeah, his contract's up. So thank you, Rossi, for your services as a backup keeper. Actually, let's get into that. Let's start with our goalkeeper first. Oh my God. Yes, what a player. Look at that. I had a feeling, looking at his stats, just looking at everything and taking it all into consideration, I thought he was good. I mean, it's unlikely I'm going to want to sell him based on that. Like, if you were playing with attributes on, you'd probably take that for the rest of the save, right? So, as long as his stats don't drop and his average rating doesn't, he doesn't like keep making mistakes for whatever reasons. What's he got reports-wise? Like, he's pretty good mentally as well. Like, he's probably a solid goalkeeper, right? What a signing that was. Definitely worth the money, despite the fact it was a lot. Castelli. So we bought him on the basis of his, I think it was his tackles per game, and tackle one ratio for centre back was quite high. Probably not quite there. I mean, he'll stay as our fourth choice until we find like a solution, because we haven't really got any money to be bringing in that level of strength and depth. Wisdom Ami, I feel like this is about as good as he's going to get, but he's going to be solid, isn't he, for years? So stays in there. Will stay part of the squad definitely for quite a few years. Aguirre, 6'4" fullback that I converted him to. I think I was right to convert him to fullback. His lack of dribbling. Ibrahim Sankar, right. I'm getting like proper sort of flashbacks to like FM2008 with like Micah Richards, where he was like, he's probably not as quick as Micah Richards was, but not much dribbling, terrible finishing, not good first touch, but just an absolutely brilliant fullback in all the other areas. So yeah, he's working on his quickness. I did put him on agility. His agility's gone to 19, so going back on his quickness. But they get that to like 17, 16, he could be a fullback for us. He could easily be a fullback for us or a centre back. But I thought he was good, and we got him for 15 million from Liverpool. That's a great signing, homegrown as well, obviously. And he's not even that slow, but if they removed that, he could play centre back. If he could get this removed, he could play centre back, right? I thought this. Sankar are really similar attribute-wise. He's a slightly more centre-back version of Sankar. But he's really good solid defensive fullback. That's interesting. I don't know what to do with that next year. It's this that needs to go. If he's going to play centre-back for me, but is he worth 49 million? Probably. Yeah. Andrea Fini, yeah, still a solid player, really good. I mean, centre-back or CDM, whatever you want. Like, we use an anchor man. I like him to have a slightly better technique to be a pivot, but that's another like solid player that I don't really want to sell. That's a few of them there, really. Like, the only way I'd sign them is to like cash in, make loads of money. But Aguero, good physical player. Actually, probably a pretty good centre-back, you know. Rather than the CDM. Like six technique's pretty bad. So yeah, he's probably more like a centre-back and not a bad backup. Like, to be fair, you could probably convert him to being a fourth choice centre-back and then just sell Castelli based off of that. Jesus Vazquez, thank God we got you in. Right, left back sort of for 3 years. Good stats, good defensive stats, good stats going forwards for West Ham. And for us, he's got bad average match rating. What was his win percentage, though? I feel like he won quite a few of his matches. 50, which is it's pretty high because some of those players didn't play very much above him there. Eli. Still a really good player. Yeah. I'm getting like Ilano vibes from him. He's like Ilano. That's how he reminds me of. Again, FM2008, Manchester City Ilano. That's exactly what he was like. Pretty good, that. But not like I'm sure the other top sides have got players like him, but that have got like 16 dribbling, like 70 acceleration, do you know what I mean? But he's actually pretty good still, isn't he? Is he homegrown? He must be homegrown next year. 25, he's going to be homegrown. Nice. Club homegrown, in fact. That's essential for European football. That's great. Our striker. What's wrong with you then? Why? Why are you so shit at finishing? I don't get it. I don't get it. Blatovic, I don't get it. Why just play him next to him and hope that he gets good? Because it's rare to have a striker that's this good and perform below their XG with like a human tactic that badly. Like, I don't get it. Give him another chance because that's pretty good. Like, if it's not your first choice, it's a really, really good backup, right? So, I don't know. Good player. Don't know what's going on with him. Fadida. Oh, Fadida's quite good. And as a winger. Now, Fadida definitely is then a winger, not a striker. But, because he's got, what is it? They're giving him this. But he's definitely more of a winger. I think he's quite good. He's not ever going to be like top world class, but he's going to be definitely like, I could easily see myself with a Premier League winning team, and he's my 4th choice winger, like as a minimum. Maybe even 3rd choice, but definitely 4th. Good player. Different to have like such good passing vision with the pace. Nice. Danilo Gabriel, yeah. That doesn't surprise me. Your lack of finishing. I mean, he was getting sold anyway because of this. 3 goals in 12 starts and 14 to the appearances. That is just a disgrace. Yeah, he was pretty bad. That's nice because that sort of sums up. I thought that Vlahovic was going to be like this. But yeah, I'm going to sell Gabriel. There's no point in us keeping him. Rubbish. It's not because of attributes even. It's his stats. Statistical output was awful. Anderson, sorry, no, I said the Santos. He's okay. Like, him and Fadida are fairly close. I think I prefer Fadida to him, though. Like, I've definitely overcalculated how good he is. 8.5 million is fine, but the wages are really high. Might be worth selling him if we can get somebody else in. It's just messed around my like viewers in here. So I might miss some players. Let's go Passamai, the left back. Pretty poor. Oh no, so he's the right back, isn't he? That I thought was amazing. Okay, yeah, no good, really, in terms of that. Fairly attacking. It can't dribble though. Like, there's no good being that bad defensively in the air if you can't even dribble. So that's pretty poor. That's a bit worrying. I thought he was really good. Burgos is the left back, and Burgos is even worse. He did feel like that, didn't he? He did feel like he was pretty poor in the match engine watching him. So that's interesting. Jason Howson. Yeah, he's just a proper pivot player, isn't he? I actually forgot to select him in the last season. I kept selecting somebody else at CDM. I forgot even had in the squad. Yeah, he's a good pivot player. Homegrown. He'll probably just stay. Unless he get a good offer. He's on a lot of money. To be fair, I would probably cash in because Eli's Cup homegrown. So, but he's good. If I could get that back for him, I probably would take it though. He's not that good, is he? It's from Mexico. Wow. They didn't really get a chance last year because of the time he came in. This is a real concern. So it could be, I started trying to play him CDM. That's what I looked at for him. And in the 4-2-3-1, I bought him to play like as a box-to-boxer. But he could be actually a half-decent player for us. And because his valuation's fairly low, I've got no interest in selling him. He's almost definitely going to be like our 3rd choice centre mid next year. But he can also play pivot. He's 5'11", good enough in the air. He's pretty quick. He's actually quite a good all-round player. Apart from that. But we'll see. Isdorf was brought in for a pretty small fee. He was brought in for, how much was it? 7.5? Passing's good, vision's good. Good deep line playmaker type player, right? So, like, if he's your 4th choice centre mid, that's pretty good. But it's a lot of wages for that. So we'll see. Saiga from Dortmund. You know, he's not quite as all-rounded as the Mexican player we just showed. He's got 18 flair. And that can be quite important for our tactic being such a uncreative tactic. It's quite a workmanlike tactic. It's important to have players like him. But he's not really well enough all-rounded you would expect. Like, if you were playing with attributes on, you wouldn't go starting centre mid to get in top 4. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Interesting. It's everybody now. We've gone through every single player. If there's any youngsters we want to look at. The goalkeeper I want to look at, they keep saying looks all right. Nah, rubbish. Definitely 3rd choice goalkeeper, not a 2nd. I sent out on loan, the keeper's apparently doing really well. He's definitely getting sold because I just take the money. Why not? But at least he played well there and he got us, and he was a free transfer to be fair. So I'm looking forward to cashing on him and getting the money back. He's not going to be good enough for like the next 2 years at least, so I may as well take the money. And that is it. You are bang up to date with the player attribute reveal. That's the squads. In terms of like budgets, we haven't been given one yet. So let's click through and find that actually first before we end the episode. 90 million is quite generous considering the state of the finances. So I'm not going to moan at that, if I'm honest. I'm actually quite grateful. It could have been worse. This is annoying, but it's almost expected now. So let's see what we can sell then. Now we know our situation. First of all, let's put this back on. We go attributeless yet again for 2 or 4 years from this point forwards. So I think that based on let's put the overview one. So we see all the stats like Gabriel. Absolutely is this after the goalkeeper. The next person's going to go. Yeah, I would just let this guy go. He's not going to be good enough. I don't think. That's fine. Don't really want to lose you. I'd rather lose him. Aguero could go in as a centre back. I'm happy with that. Osame, headers 1 ratio. Where's that for him? Because that's important. That's not too bad. No, it is terrible. Actually, he's a fullback. I keep thinking he's a fullback. Actually, that is awful. Look at that. That's the worst. I can't have a fullback with that. For some reason, I was thinking it's not too bad, but I was thinking of a winger. That is awful for a fullback. Where's the other fullbacks? Vasquez with 8. Look at the difference. That's over double. He's got to go. Can't use him. And if I can get anything like that sort of money, that'd be worth it. Dos Santos, I need to get wingers in, and you're the first player I want gone out of the wingers, the attackers. Benita's all right. Potato I might get rid of as well. And then centre mids, I'm going to use this guy next year, Jesus. And I'm pretty sure then that Weisdorf, I'd consider selling. Right, we're going to get 2 million for him. Yeah, is that a profit? No. It's a loss. 12.5 for Batata. That is a profit. And then that is nothing for him. On Dos Santos, so I forgot about that. We'll pay half his wages. Get rid of him. You're not getting a lot of offers for some of the other players, so it might get to a point where you sell players you don't really want to sell. I'd rather not sell Aguirre, but if I can only sell him and Jose after selling, because I don't need them both anymore. So that's going to have to be that, I think, unless I can get I don't know, some sort of offer for him. 3.8 for Aguirre, that's a really bad offer, really, but I don't know, I'll have to see if I want to do that, really. But anyway, that's going to do this episode. We'll end it there. I'll go away and try and transfer off these players out. And then in the next episode, we'll also start looking at some players to come in and some clubs to look at to buy their stats from. That's going to be the episode. Thank you to all of you for watching. And I'll see you all next time. And hopefully we get top 4. And, well, not next time, but next season when we get top 4 and win a trophy. Thanks for watching.